Alright, this is second joint. I just did one, but I deleted it. And I deleted it because I had to look at something. Every action creates a reaction, right? Even though we mixed up on the wrong aspect of how we treat each other, right? It's no way around it but to kind of face it. You gotta look, you gotta turn around and face it. That's the only way it's gonna work. If you don't walk through the fire, you're not gonna get to the other side of what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get to the other side of that energy. So you basically just gonna dwell in the reaction aspect. That's why we can't get past it. Everybody's dwelling in the reaction aspect. That's why I changed the last video. Like, I was talking shit. I'm like, you know what? But the reality was, to me, being a deep thinker, the reality was, regardless, right? Even if the example is not there to find out how to do it, you have to create it, right? So this takes thoughts, it takes compassion, it takes understanding on both sides, and for you to come up with a different solution other than the way we normally respond, how we point out values, how we attack the problem without the solution. The solution is always going to be the main thing. But see, it's just like when you got a scar on your leg, you feel it when it's healing and when it first get cut. After that John heal, you don't pay attention to it. You don't walk around like, I wonder what's up with this cut. You actually forget about it because it's healed. So you might check it later like, oh, I forgot about this. It healed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's reality. And that's how people treat things in life. So when you do good, it's like, or you on the right page, we don't put that attention to it because it's doing right. It's going to work right. Everybody can receive off something that's working right without giving the attention to it. But that attention ends up being the gas that keeps it fueled. The respect and the connection and the camaraderie keeps the good that you like so much fueled. So therefore it can go. So this is what we lacking. So you can't have all these negative critiques. That's just going to pull us away from acknowledging the good that we have. It's almost like saying you don't count your blessings, right? So how do we see the good in us as a culture if we never accentuate it? It's just the question. Like, how do you ever see the good in a culture if you never accentuate it? If you always pulling out what had you in disapproval? You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a time where we end up being a culture that works all the solutions instead of acting on all the judgment. We got to find that space as a culture to where we can do that. Because the solutions is what's going to pull us away from the way we treat each other and being caught in that karmatic detriment that constantly happens over and over and over because you just can't get past your actions. So don't be afraid. Step through that. You ain't scared of nothing else, right? You might as well stand up to it. Look, I ain't trying to hold you, man. I'm just trying to show you something. Naga.